What's up, everybody? Welcome into the Fantasy Football Game Show presented by Front Yard Fantasy. I'm your host, Simon, joined as always by my beautiful co-hosts, Josh and John Luke. What's up, guys?
What up?
Watch out. Ready to go.
What up? Watch out. Guys, we also have a very special guest and great friend of the show joining us today. We got our friend Eric on with us. For those of you that do not know him, you can find him on Twitter at YourFFCoach. He is a writer, ranker, and host over at the Fantasy Football Players Club. And man, we're thrilled to have you back on. Thanks so much for taking the time, Eric.
Thank you. Thanks for having me, man. I love being here. Appreciate you guys.
We appreciate you having you. It's easy to have you on, Eric. It's easy.
Man, Dave in the building.
Dave.
We got Dave in the chat.
I miss Dave. I love Dave.
And Dave let us know. He tagged me on Twitter to let me know, JL, this is important. Bing Bong's been retired. He's retiring Bing Bong.
No.
Really?
It is no longer. Yeah. So he let me know on Twitter. I appreciate you giving me the heads up right there, Dave. We got Craig in here. Says, oh, look, it is FYF Tuesday already. Hi, guys. Hi, Craig. Welcome in. And Dave,
Craig.
Oh man, you said your man, Dave, Eric, but he said, I'm feeling a Simon dub today.
Everything I said back, Dave.
What's up, Albert? Welcome in. Good afternoon. Glad to have you here. Mr. Scamper's in here just in time for the what are you in time for? We got a chime in here. A chime. Chime.
Ring. Chime.
Jay wants to know, is Josh at a rave with that dancing? Yeah, that's how Josh dances at raves exclusively. He showed me. Kason, what's up? Welcome and glad to have you here. And Jay saying Eric is one of the best, period.
Appreciate it.
One of.
Yeah, what the
Get
hell,
out of here,
Jay? Kev, welcome in. Bird up. Glad to have you here. And Dave wants to know, Jay, is that a Canada dry?
It is a Canada dry.
Is it?
Oh, now he's going to switch his
dry from
allegiance from me
Canada?
to you.
Oh, I have no idea.
Is
With
it
the
actually
Canada
from
representation.
Canada? That's I would like to know, or
I
they
thought it was
stealing
always
the
just
Canadian
telling me
name?
something. Like,
Appropriating the name of the country.
Yeah.
it's like LaCroix is made in the U.S. You're going to name that shit LaCroix and it's not made in France? Like, come on. It is just manufactured and canned all right here in the United States.
I get why they do it. I mean,
It's
like,
Dr. Pepper 7 Up. So
sounds fancier to
are
me.
those Canadian?
Oh, they're
think so.
definitely not. They're definitely.
Scandal.
Pepsi's stealing. I think
We
it's
got
Pepsi's
Tamian
stealing.
in here as well, saying Mike White in the first.
Damien.
Yeah, absolutely. Mike White in the first round. You heard it here first. Just kidding. Please don't do that. And Dame said, I can't wait for questions and answers. Oh, boy, do we have a treat for you then. There are
many
so
questions and answers.
many questions and answers today.
Hit us with a question, Dame. We got you.
I think Dan was talking about the questions
Jeopardy.
and answers from Jeopardy, which is a good segue into what we're doing today. Guys, we are going to be playing Fantasy Jeopardy. Before we get into that, though, a couple reminders. Number one, if you're not already following our guest, Eric, go and remedy that right now. He's on Twitter at YourFFCoach. Truly one of our favorites in this entire space.
Facts.
So if you're not convinced now, just give it 5 minutes on stream, and I know you'll be convinced to go follow Eric. So make sure by the end of this show, you go over there and follow him. After you do that, if you're watching this, that means you're already on our YouTube or Twitch channels. If you are on our YouTube, go ahead and hit that subscribe button and make sure you like this video. If you are on Twitch, hit that follow button. Those are the easiest ways to show your support for what we're doing over here. And look, enough people subscribed yesterday that Josh came back. That's why he left.
How it works.
Yeah.
Well, really,
the
the real reason I came back is I knew Eric was going to be on the show, and I wanted to destroy him at Fantasy Jeopardy. All right, so you ready,
Not
Eric?
sure which way you're going with that one.
Best of luck to you.
We got
right,
Thomas
all
in
right.
here. Thomas saying, I was watching your draft from last night because I missed it. Then I realized what time it is. Thanks for the shout out to Simon Sad. I missed the live. Yeah, I shouted you out.
You were watching it right before you chimed in here. I get it. Thanks, Thomas.
And Jay Walt, man, people just screaming your praise. If they could only spell your name right. Eric's a
Okay.
great dude. He always makes FYF streams better. Indeed.
You pronounce it the same way each way, so you know.
And Jay saying, don't forget to add us to your top 8 on MySpace. Yeah, if we're not in the top 5, it's going to be a problem, guys.
Yeah.
Top 8. If Tom's ahead of us,
I scream.
we scream at the top of our lungs if Tom's ahead of us. Guys, today we are playing Fantasy Football Jeopardy. JL is going to be running the game, which means
I am.
myself, Josh, and
Please,
Eric are going to be
I
going
hope you're together, JL.
head to head to head. Eric versus Simon versus Josh. How this game works is it's just like the TV show Jeopardy, but with a couple small twists. Number one, most of these questions, are going to be about the NFL or fantasy. There might be a grab bag category, which could be literally anything. The other small changes we've made, instead of buzzing in, we are going to be going in turn order. So we're going to be going whatever the order is. Say Eric, Josh, Simon, Eric, Simon, Josh. No buzzing in, nobody screaming names. Whenever you answer a question, if you get it right, it will add that money to your total. But if you get it wrong, it's not going to subtract the money. We're just doing positives here, no negative scores. We will do that until we run out of time or run out of questions, at which point we will go into our final Jeopardy round. This is the one question in the game where you can lose money. We're going to do this just like Final Jeopardy on the TV show. JL's going to give us a category, and we're going to write down a wager. It can be anywhere from 0 to the total amount you accumulated throughout the game. If you get the question right, you're going to add that money to your total. If you get the question wrong, that money is going to be subtracted from your total. The contestant with the most money at the end of that Final Jeopardy round is going to be our champion for today.
Me.
You guys ready? Come here now. Beach 89 said Josh Fuster. I think they're cheering for you. Hello.
I'm just wondering, like, that was a name pull and a half. Come here now. Yeah, that's my name. That's my name.
A name pull and a half.
And also, come here now to question: how do I join Dynasty League through Sleeper app? So you'll need a league, people that you want to create a Dynasty League, but you can create one through the Sleeper app. Whenever you create it in the league settings, you just select Dynasty, and it'll do the rest of the work for you. You can change individual settings after that, but that's the basics of creating one over there. Come here now. John Luke, are you ready,
Simon,
for this game?
I've been ready.
There are other like sites out there, by the way, come here now, where you can find people that help you create leagues. I know Scott Fish has a website of sorts out there, right?
Yeah, he commissions leagues.
Safe leagues. So
Yep.
You can go visit. There's some certain platforms that just help you get put
Fine.
with other good dynasty managers, right? Where you can have a good time with some other people.
Reddit, subreddits are good for that as well.
Yeah, exactly.
All right, guys.
But when it comes down to it, yeah, you're gonna have to find some people to play with, and there's
A minimum of
things that
7
help out
others.
Yeah.
I mean, you could do a minimum of 3 others, and it'd be
You're
just
right.
ridiculous.
I'd do it.
4-man league. I've done that before. It's
I'm in
fun.
a 6-man league, and it's pretty wild, pretty fun. All right, guys. So we're playing Jeopardy today. Here are your categories. We got My Journey, My Story. We played this one last time. It's gonna be we're gonna list basically teams and years, and you have to pick which player it corresponds to. NFL teams.
Right.
It's gonna be questions related to NFL teams. Pretty self-explanatory. Grab bag. They're random. Could be anything. Simply the best. These are going to be all about top performers at their position. Top performers.
Okay.
Simply the best. That one's from Jay. G-Man Jay. And never have I ever. Another new category here. This one's never. I feel like that's self-explanatory as well. I don't need
players
to
have never done something.
Yeah, they've
I'm
never done
assuming.
something.
I don't know. We'll see.
You guys are smart. You'll figure it out.
They should.
So
Eric,
Brady in here saying, I love how the guest almost always wins the poll. And Dave saying, I'm the lone Simon vote.
Yep.
Dave, I
Sorry,
appreciate you. I need that support. Joe, what are the results so far?
The results are Eric with 64% of the votes.
Makes sense.
Josh with 27% in the nines. The nines.
27.
And Simon with 9%.
Yeah, that doesn't leave me with very much.
Yeah.
I was like, those are 2 decently big numbers.
Yes,
It's
they
okay.
are.
I operate better as an underdog anyways.
You absolutely do, Simon. You absolutely do.
Not a sponsor.
Whenever
All
I
right.
wrestled, I used to purposefully, like up through my last year, I would wear like the noob shoes and the noob headgear, like the $10 ones from Sports Authority, just because I wanted everyone to think I was a total noob. I wore my singlet too big. I wore like the shoes.
Yes, that
every
was all
beginner
intentional.
wears.
If anybody asked, that was all on purpose.
If you see any pictures of me back then, I
If you
looked
see
dumb,
how,
but
if
it
you
was
see
a
how,
bit.
if you see how
Calculate.
unintimidating I looked, totally on purpose.
All right, let's get into our game. Eric, you're going to go first, followed by Josh, followed by Simon. But Eric, since you get to go first, you get to pick your category and your question value. So what would
I
you
did
like to
forget
start
that
off with?
rule whenever I explained. So Eric and everybody watching, that is one rule I forgot. If you get your question right, so Eric, if you get this question right, you will get to pick the category for the person that goes after you. So if you get it right, you get to pick Josh's category, so on and so forth.
Okay. All right. Let's get into it then. Never
Where would you
have
like to
I
go?
ever for 100.
Never have I ever for 100.
Yeah.
All right, my friend, here is your question. Never have I ever had over 30 PPR fantasy points in a single game.
tough one.
Allen
100.
Robinson or James
Jesus
Robinson?
Christ. Oh man. I'm gonna go with Allen Robinson.
Final answer?
Final answer.
That's who I would have gone.
Allen
with.
Robinson is absolutely correct. James Robinson has had 2 games with over 30.
No, you know I never bet against James.
Yeah, can't. Well done. That's going to give you $100, Eric. How do I
Just click the plus button and it'll add it.
plus? Okay. And you get to choose Josh's category here. Where are you going to send Josh?
NFL teams.
NFL
All right.
teams.
I like it.
What question value would you like, Josh?
NFL teams. I have no idea what this category is going to actually be about. Obviously, it's about NFL teams.
Obviously.
Give me 200. Let's get a little
200. All right. And the
Nothing
chat was
too
not at all fooled by the the Robinson twins from before. So you said NFL teams 200, correct?
Yes.
All right. Joshua, my friend, which team had the most 2-point conversions made in 2021? Chargers, Chiefs, or Saints?
It's got to be the Chargers or the Chiefs. The Saints, there's just no way they had the most made. I'm just thinking, but the Chiefs have a good kicker. I'll go with the Chargers. I'll go with the Chargers.
Final answer?
I think you're right.
Yeah.
Well, the real answer is the Chargers. 7.
you saying the real answer is like, I was like, oh, I'm
I
wrong.
got to add in an extra piece of drama.
Yeah.
Keep it up.
Smart people would have picked the Chargers. Oh, the
So I'm in
chat.
that category, guys.
That makes sense. Albert, Chargers. Mr. Scampers, Chargers. Kaysen, Chargers.
Also,
And,
Toronto Dave up there. Yeah.
Yeah, and Toronto Dave also said Chargers. Said Staley goes for 2 a lot. Solid
He got
knowledge.
he got some flack for that towards the end of the season. They had a couple
he
close
did.
games.
He did.
Yeah.
He did. So I feel like that one was easy enough to reason about. Well done, Josh. And that's going to give you 200. And you get to pick Simon's category here.
Simon, I want you to go to Simply the Best.
Simply the best. Simon, what question value would you like?
300, please.
3
Oh.
hundo.
Hmm.
Which of these players has never finished as the QB1? Russell Wilson, Cam Newton, or Matthew Stafford? This is the overall QB1 in fantasy.
I'm not
Good
positive.
question.
This is a good question. I'm almost certain Cam Newton has in that MVP year. I'm pretty sure he was the QB1, but I don't know for sure. Eric, stop making faces. I'm gonna fight you up there. You're getting in my head immediately. You almost immediately made me switch my answer to Cam. I'm gonna go with. I'm between Stafford and Wilson, and I'm not entirely positive. Stafford spent his whole career with the Lions until this year. I'm gonna go with Matthew Stafford.
Final answer.
Yeah,
Yeah, Kevin Johnson, though.
I know.
I probably would have went with Wilson.
It is Matthew Stafford. Well done.
I got
done,
nervous
Simon.
when I saw Wilson pop up first.
2017.
Yeah, me
Wilson was
too.
overall QB1. Cam Newton, 2015. You were absolutely right, Simon. Matthew Stafford. He's never been the QB1. Never
I
been the
couldn't
QB1.
remember Wilson being the QB1 was the problem. Know what I mean?
Me
Like
neither. Yeah.
I couldn't remember that happening, but I more couldn't remember Matthew Stafford doing it with the Lions.
I knew you could eliminate Cam from his MVP season. So once you did it, I was like, let me try to throw him off. He's one that I eliminated too.
It worked.
Yeah.
Jay Wall with Stafford. Matt Kaysen with Matt Stafford. Albert with Stafford. Dave with Stafford. Mr. Scampers with Russ. Haha. Tricked you. Got him. And Thomas Stafford for sure. It's a tricky one. I don't know if I would have had such an easy time with that. But Simon, that gives you 300 points. 300 points, and you're going to get to pick Eric's next category. Let me stop here before we go on to the next one and ask you guys, how do you feel about Russell Wilson going to the Broncos? I know generally people are excited for Jerry Jeudy and the other options there. Realistically, how do you see Russ's performance in this upcoming season compared to him in Seattle? I'll start with you, Josh.
I mean, when you compare the two teams, like if we're just going to take it from a fantasy football perspective, Russ has always been a top, a number one quarterback in fantasy. And I more or less think that's going to continue with the change in teams. If you compare them, I mean, the weapons were just as good in Seattle when we break it down. And now the defense is better with the Broncos. So, he's probably going to be asked to do a little bit less. So I don't know if that's good for fantasy football. When it comes down to it, I probably won't end up with Russell Wilson any fantasy teams next year, but I do want his weapons. I want Jerry Jeudy. I want Cortland Sutton. That's really where I think the big benefit comes in. It's with Russell Wilson's weapons and everyone around Russell Wilson, including the running backs, Javonte Williams. But Russell Wilson, I think we can expect more or less what we've seen the last couple of years in Seattle.
Eric, which of those weapons, offensive weapons, are you most excited about with the quarterback change?
That's a good question. You know, I think obviously everyone loves Jeudy and Sutton. Honestly, like I'm looking forward to see what their tight end can do. I know he's got, you know, all the physical tools. Having a legitimate quarterback, I think, would really help him maybe enter that conversation. Shout out to Albert O as well. But I also kind of what Josh said, I think it's important to note that I just feel like historically Russ, you know, again, he maybe asked to do a little bit less, but he usually comes on a little bit later in the season. So I can definitely see a world where, you know, the Broncos could be winning a few games, but, you know, Russ might not putting up the best numbers as he acclimates with his new team. But later on in the season, especially as they start making that playoff push, I can see some big games coming out of Russell Wilson, especially as you push towards the fantasy playoffs. So I definitely won't be jumping, you know, reaching for him. But if he kind of slides a little bit, I'll definitely be taking some redraft stabs and definitely best ball.
Yeah, if he has a rough start to that season, I feel like that's going to be a perfect time to trade for some of those guys. Sorry, Simon.
No, I was just going to say, we talk about like him being asked to do less, but I feel like one of the big reasons he wanted out of Seattle was the less that he was being asked to do there. You know what I mean? The whole let Russ cook narrative. He wanted to be in an offense that allowed him to pass the ball a little bit more, like use his weapons. So while I agree with like the team narrative, like the Denver Broncos defense is definitely better, Russ is going to have to do less to win games. I also think like they brought him in knowing what he was looking for. I have a feeling like we're going to see his pass volume go up this year compared to what we've seen the past couple of years for Russell Wilson. But overall, pretty lateral move for me. Like he's not moving up or down my rankings, and I'll draft him similarly to how I've drafted him in the past.
Yeah, I think that's fair. I think that's definitely a fair assessment. Tom said Russ had a bonkers season in 17. He's far ahead of anyone else. It's true. All right, guys. Simon, you got that one correct. You can get you have 300 points now, and you get to pick Eric's category. Where are you sending Eric?
Let's go to my journey, my story.
Your favorite.
Yeah,
Eric,
like
what value would you like?
Let me do 200.
200. Getting a little riskier this time. I like it.
Yeah.
All right. 2017 to 2020, this player was on Pittsburgh. 2021, they were on Arizona. Which player is this?
James Conner.
Final answer?
Final answer.
James Conner is absolutely correct. Well done, Eric.
Thank you.
And you get to pick Josh's category. Look
Let's
at Matt.
do my journey, my story.
I'm not mad. I'm not mad because of Eric's picking my category. I'm fine with that. I'm fine with all these categories. I'm a little bit salty about what Scott Fish is bringing up here. How happy is Josh now that Za'Darius signed with the Vikes and we'll be on the other side? Woo! Yeah,
So
Za'Darius
excited.
was supposed to sign with the Ravens, and I don't know what the hell happened still, but there was all these reports saying he signed with the Ravens, and now he's not, and now he's with Scott Fish's team. The Vikes. Good for you, Scott. Good for you. Yeah.
It was just the wrong purple team. They got confused when they were recording.
Za'Darius made a mistake.
Wrong
He's
purple
like,
team. He's like, where
even
am
though we
I?
drafted him.
Yeah, he was like, oh shit, I meant the other purple guy.
Have you seen Baltimore? I've lost Baltimore. The chat got Connor so easily on that one, guys.
Justin even said easy money.
Easy
Just
money.
taunting us.
So my journey, my story, you said, Eric, right?
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Yep.
Let's go with 300.
300. All right. Here's your question, Josh. 2016 to 2018, Miami. 2019, Miami and Arizona. 2020, Arizona. 2021, Las Vegas Raiders. Which player is this?
Huh.
I got it.
Miami. Oh, it's Kenyon Drake.
Final answer?
Yes.
Kenyon Drake is absolutely
got it.
corrupt.
Good one.
Well done.
He is not corrupt.
He is
JL.
corrupt.
Actually, he did cheat off me in high school econ, so you could say he's a little bit corrupt.
Definitely corrupt. Can't trust him now. Well done.
It took me a second. I was like, wide receiver, no. Devonta,
It's a little
no.
tougher.
AJ
Little
Green,
tougher.
no. Derek, no. It clicked.
Justin got Kenyon Drake from Thomas, Kenyon from Mr. Scampers.
Hey.
Well done. The chat easily got that one. Man, Last week, I went way too hard on the questions. This week, maybe not.
That's what we were telling Eric. We were like, just a heads up. Last time JL hosted, the questions were
went ham.
brutal.
Yeah.
I was worried. It's
been nice. So
like,
far.
guys, don't get ahead. I mean, we've only answered 3.
You're right.
I was gonna say, and you guys have
Yeah.
stayed at the top, like the top part of the board.
Because you scared me, JL.
I like that. That's what I like to see. All right, we're moving on here. Josh, you got that one correct. You get to pick Simon's category. I don't think anyone's missed one yet.
Simon, I want you to go to NFL teams.
Okay.
NFL teams.
You know what? Let's see what you got, JL. 500.
Oh, let's see what I got. Here's your question, Simon. The Jacksonville Jaguars finished 2021 with 3 wins. Name 2 out of the 3 teams they
I have
beat.
no clue. Like, absolutely no idea.
I know.
I don't remember at all. Oh wait, I remember one. I do remember one because it had playoff
Get out of the
implications.
chat if there's like questions, there's not multiple.
I'll get out of the chat. I'm in the private chat.
Like
Just-
I
if you're
know
talking
originally with this game we
Yeah.
never got out of the chat, but like when there's not multiple choice and we're thinking through these,
we're
things,
thinking about it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll get
Yeah,
out. I'm
Good-
out of there.
Good call.
I don't
because like
know
normally when I haven't gotten out of the chat, I've been sitting there like Simon, like I don't want to look. Let me
Yeah,
think.
you did it last week,
I'll go. I'm really struggling. I'm just gonna go 2 into. I'll go Colts and Texans.
Final answer.
Yeah.
Well, the real answer
Seems like a good
is
guess. Hey, like 2 division teams, it would make
Yeah.
sense.
See, I
but
knew
it,
the Colts.
but it was wrong. Colts
I
is
knew-
right. Week 18, and then
the Buffalo game.
They
It
beat
looks like
Buffalo,
most
which was
people
a
went
big
Bills and
giveaway.
Colts. I wouldn't have gotten it right, Simon. So I'm with you.
I
man.
completely forgot that Buffalo game. I remembered the Colts game because of the playoff implications. Like it affected the playoff landscape. I remember that being like
Kaysen.
it was a gift to the
Oh, wait,
to the
Texans.
Steelers, right? The
2 out of
the Jaguars beating the Colts helped the Steelers make the playoffs, if I remember correctly.
I think so. Yeah.
That was a good question, though.
That was a
That
good
was
question.
a fun question.
That was a good one. And it was gettable. I didn't get it, but it was gettable. That was a good 500.
I mean, 2
one.
division teams, like absolutely good.
That was what
you know?
I just
Yeah.
I was like, I remember the Colts, and I'll go with the other shitty team in their
Yeah.
division.
Yeah. Albert said they beat the Bills 9-6. Absolutely
Yeah.
correct. 9-6.
Yeah.
Yep.
Completely forgot
That's
about
the
that
game where Josh Allen got a bunch of sacks on Josh Allen.
Yep.
Right?
Yeah. Yeah. What's his name?
Josh
the-
Allen.
PFF guy announcer, whatever his name is. He's like going ham.
Oh, gotcha.
Some announcers were just going ham with the Josh Allen name thing. All right, Simon, you didn't get that one correct. So Eric, we're back to you, and you get to pick your own category and your own question value here.
Hey, let's do it. I'll do Never Have I Ever for 200.
200. All right.
We're learning from my
Uh,
mistakes.
Justin said one of these games turned an entire fan base against Carson Wentz.
I wonder which one.
Wonder which one. They really did. They really did a 180 on him.
It was
All
the
right.
Bills game.
You said 200, right?
Yes, sir.
All right. Never have I ever 200. Here's your question. Never have I ever finished a season with 1,000 or more receiving yards. Emmanuel Sanders, Cole Beasley, or Stephon Diggs.
I'm gonna go Emmanuel Sanders.
Final answer?
Now with Josh, how do I block faces?
Listen, I don't know the answer.
I want to say Emmanuel Sanders. I feel like as much as I hate on Cole Beasley, he cracked 1,000 a couple times. I'm gonna go Emmanuel Sanders. Final answer.
All right. Well, the actual answer is Cole Beasley. It's Cole Beasley. I'm so sorry, Eric.
I thought he did it last year. It was like 961.
He didn't break 750 or something like that. I was surprised because I thought so too, Eric, when I was digging into this.
I thought he would be the trick answer. Oh man.
No.
Yeah.
I would have gone. I think Sanders did it.
He played with so many good quarterbacks. He did it with
I don't remember.
Yeah.
He had a few though. He had more than a couple.
The chat's not tearing me up right now.
No,
No,
they
they
were
were never.
split. Sanders.
They were
and I
also
think
on Sanders, yeah.
Kaysen looks like the only one who got that one right. Nice job, Kaysen.
Yeah, well done. So that was not a gimme.
Sanders is 35 now. Jeez.
Wow, that is
So-
old.
So with the Broncos, Emmanuel Sanders did it 3 times.
Oh yeah.
Broncos, that's what it
I
was.
knew he did it because he's better than Beasley. Anyway, go ahead.
Yeah.
He never did it with the Steelers though.
All right. Oh my God, Justin said Cole Beasley never had a shot, if you know what I'm saying.
Uh,
You and Craig, you guys can enjoy each other in the chat. All
Oh,
right.
yeah, it was the Peyton Manning years. Thomas came in here. Everyone went over 1K with Manning.
that's what I was saying.
The
like,
Oprah of receiving yards. All right.
You get a yard and you
You get 1,000. Josh, we're moving on to you, and you get to pick your own category and question value here, my friend.
Just give me my journey, my story for 100. Let's get to that out of here.
100.
I see what he's doing.
All right. 2017 to 2020, Chicago. 2021, Buffalo. 2022, Pittsburgh.
Mitch. It's Mitchell Trubisky.
Bonk. It's Milky Trubisky, aka
Oh,
Michelob Trubisky.
oh, I'm sorry. Well,
Yeah.
next time I'll get it right. I'll remember.
Yes, yes. Michelob Trubisky. Make sure you remember that.
Okay, thanks.
As if Milky Trubisky wasn't enough for me.
So wait, I'm gonna get the points, right?
You are gonna get this point.
Okay, good.
You are.
No.
You had to say it the funny way.
Please get Milky Trubisky off.
Milky Trubisky.
Yeah.
I can't
Get outta
keep
here,
reading
No,
that word.
Yeah.
no. The last time I ever want to say that.
See, Jay will knew. Milky.
J-Lo knows what's up.
It's just disgusting. But I feel like it fits. Like every time I see him, I immediately think Milky. Like I'm just like, that's
What was
Milky
that from? A
Trubisky.
Quiplash of ours a long time ago?
I think someone
so.
wrote Milky
That was
Trubisky on
Quiplash.
I think
Quiplash.
it was like, how do you how do you really spell Mitch Trubisky? I think that was the answer. Milky Trubisky. Let me before we move on to the next one, let me ask you guys about old Milky Trubisky here.
Ask me about him.
Fine.
I feel like people are split. They think some people think this is a good move for Pittsburgh. This is a good get Mitch Trubisky and then maybe draft somebody or just see if he can just be that stopgap. How are you feeling about Mitch and in that Steelers offense and his receiving weapons like Deontay Johnson? Eric, why don't we start with you?
So just so we're clear, the Steelers now have on roster your boy Milky, Haskin Robbins.
Haskin Robbins.
And
Milky Trubisky and Haskin Robbins. Very dairy themed names.
yeah, I'm keeping it on.
Yeah, he's trying to think of one more. Hold on.
Yeah,
he's working on it. He's working on
his name. Was it Mason?
Beardoff.
I don't know.
Milk off.
Yeah.
That's even worse. We're not doing that. Mason Rudolph. No, but to me, those
Spread the
guys
competition.
who are kind of have some upside. Like I'm not gonna lie, they all have maybe not Mason, but the rest of them have some tangible upside. But again, like those are just three randos, three dart throws that might win you a few games. 0 playoff wins, maybe one on your best day if the whole team is playing great. And then you still have to find a quarterback. End of the day, I mean, 3 bad quarterbacks equals no quarterback.
Yeah.
I have a little bit like at first my initial reaction was like, oh, I'm so glad that, like as a fellow AFC North fan, I was like, I'm so glad they signed Mitchell Trubisky compared to some of the other options, which I still am happy about. But I actually think he's a fairly good fit as far as like maybe a stopgap quarterback in that offense. Like we saw their offensive line last year, not great, but Mitchell Trubisky definitely has like more escapability than Ben Roethlisberger did, right? One of the best weapons on that team is Chase Claypool as a deep threat. That couldn't be utilized last year with Ben Roethlisberger's arm. Is Mitchell Trubisky like a world beater? No, but to answer Albert's question, I saw him say Trubisky or Mariota and Superflex. Give me Trubisky with this Steelers offense. Like I think they're similarly leveled, and I want nothing to do with the quarterback in that Atlanta offense with how it's looking right now. So I think Trubisky's got some like high-end QB2 upside in Superflex, especially with some of the rushing that he does.
That is a very interesting question. I think I would lean Mariota.
That Falcons team is abysmal around him.
I would lean Trubisky for what Simon's saying, the weapons that Trubisky's going to have. And I feel like the Steelers are making like more of an investment in Trubisky compared to Mariota with the Falcons. I feel like for the Falcons, it's more of like just like a placeholder. It's like, all right, we got Mariota. And then but I do think in fantasy, if I had to pick one for next year, I probably do lean Mariota. So it's tough, because I think Mariota is going to run a lot more.
Yeah.
So
Dame said Moose and Rudolph.
That dynasty, I would go Mitch Trubisky. In redraft. They're neck and neck, and I probably would have Trubisky one spot.
Right. Like for Trubisky and Mariota, to me, they're both best ball QB3s only. Like that's the only time I'm going to touch either one of them. Is if in the best ball league and they're like my third quarterback. That's the only place I'll feel confident. Like, okay, you're not going to hurt me.
Oops. I did see another question in here from John. Had a quick question for us. Whenever you're drafting, do you draft Breece Hall or Treylon Burks with the first pick? Have a wonderful, blessed day. I think Josh froze on us. JL, do you think this one's Breece Hall for you?
I thought I froze at first. At him free.
Oh my God. That's terrifying.
The question just broke him. Short-circuited Josh.
Yeah.
There he is.
I'm back. Don't worry.
But yeah, it's Breece Hall for me.
Josh, are you agreeing Breece Hall for you, or is it Burks? Or a different receiver?
Breece Hall get drafted ahead of Burks in 90% of startup drafts out there. I have Burks ranked ahead of Hall. I am confident Burks is going to be a elite wide receiver in the NFL, and I am not as confident in Breece Hall. I 100% guarantee you Burks gets drafted ahead of Hall in the NFL draft, but that's a wide receiver running back thing. Personally, I think Burks is a better overall talent than Hall. But you're going to see Hall get drafted almost always ahead of him.
I think for me, if you're a running back away, like that's when I like to go heavy on the rookie running backs early. But if you're more than a running back away on your dynasty team, if you're building, which if you have the first overall pick, you very well may be, unless you traded for it. I agree with you, Josh. I think Burks is the more guaranteed prospect and something you could likely build around a little bit better. But that being said, there are plenty of scenarios where Breece Hall makes way more sense for your team, right? Yeah. Like those are both elite prospects in my mind.
Team matters more with Hall in my mind, a little bit.
Yeah.
Here's another. I came into the stream yesterday and I said Burks is going to be a stud. I was doing some deep dives over the weekend into Burks. Oh man, I'm in love.
He's in love. Before we move on to our next question, Justin said, "Gonna draft Milk Willis at QB." I like it.
The Steelers, they'll have Milky and Milk.
Yeah, Steelers or Falcons. I think that was during the Falcons-Steelers convo, so I'm not sure.
I think so, yeah. And Thomas asked if we're bringing back the Got Milk commercials with Milky this season. We should.
It's going to be more of a question, though. Like, I know there was a question already, but it's going to be like, we're really going to emphasize the Got Milk.
Yeah. I like that. All right.
Mark made a great point real fast. Draft Hall, trade him then, going to be worth much more than Burks for a while.
Great point. Yeah.
Mark summed it up perfectly.
He has trade more back to the 102.
Hall has more overall value. I'm higher on Burks personally.
I'm so confused. Last thing, this is like every year I feel like, top rookie, 01 is usually a running back, but in all startups, everyone wants to go 0 RB. It's not adding up to me. Something's not adding up, but
the 0 RB truthers are generally the ones that want to take the rookie running backs, right? Because they don't have any, and there's always the rest of their team.
There's always at least 2 to 3 high-end wide receivers that come in, and there's the hit or miss on a running back is smaller, which is why you get the guaranteed guys when you can. But never mind.
And while we're on the topic, Jay Wall said Hall's measurables were similar to Zeke's when it comes to BMI, college target rate, 40 time, and more. He ran a faster 40 than Zeke. I know that. Zeke was a little bit more prolific in college, let's be honest.
Right,
but I understand what you're saying, Jay Wall.
All right, Josh.
First round in a regular draft with other players, not a rookie draft overall.
Yeah.
First round, Zeke, please.
Yeah.
I'm gonna send Simon. You know what, Simon? No, I'm not gonna be. Just go to NFL teams.
Again.
I almost sent you to grab bag.
300.
Didn't want to be too nice.
300 NFL teams. Simon, here's your question: which NFL team defense gave up the least total yards? The Jaguars, the Browns, or the Cowboys?
But this isn't the least in the league, right? This is just of these 3 teams, the least.
Yes.
Okay. I feel like this is a trick. I feel like you're trying to trick me into picking the Cowboys because we know like they were the top scoring DST, but I think that was off the back mostly of those crazy interception numbers. So I'm going to go the Cleveland Browns.
Final answer.
Yes.
Browns.
Well, the Browns are
sounds solid.
Correct.
Hey,
5,296.
Yeah.
Well done, Simon.
Checks out.
So you're going to get to pick. Eric's next category is tied up as we go into our next round. And we got a comment here from Justin. He said, never stumbled upon you guys before. Shout out for putting out quality content. Smaller fantasy creators deserve more love. Thank you so much, Justin. We appreciate the kind words. We love doing this. It's super fun every single day. Every weekday we're here hanging out with y'all. It's highlight.
What do you mean small, joking.
Yeah, that's what I was
I'm
going to say.
messing- I'm
Josh
messing
is
around.
pretty
Ain't nothing
tall,
small
guys,
about it.
Justin. Josh is like 6 foot over there.
I'm messing around completely.
And the entire chat got the Browns. The chat
That's not true.
except for J Wall. Doesn't count.
J-Wall put boys.
Mr. Scamper says they are average size, I say.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm 5'10", 190. I think that's the pinnacle of like an average male size.
You're 190.
All right. All right. So Eric, we're back to you. Simon did get that one correct. So Simon, where are you sending Eric?
You know what? Let's go to Simply the Best.
Simply the
And Justin, we were just being jackasses. We were just messing with
You
you.
did
Yeah, we're-
completely messing with
Yeah.
you.
We're
Completely
sorry.
messing with you.
simply the best for 200.
200. All right, here's your question. Simply the best. Since 2010, only 5 distinct players have finished as the overall tight end 1. Name 3 of them.
Sorry, gonna have to ask you to get out of the chat.
The
Oh,
Kelsey-
yeah. Hey,
Kelsey.
Eric, if you can get out of the chat too. For this one.
Oh, yeah, no, I'm not in the chat. I haven't been in the
Okay.
chat.
Cool.
Honestly, only since 2010.
Mhm.
Overall T1, I'm Kelsey, Kittle, Gronk.
Final answer.
I'm trying to think how many. Yeah, it should be those 3.
All right. The actual answer is there's Kelsey, there's
Yep,
Gronk,
yeah.
there's
Oh,
Jimmy Graham,
Jason
Mark
Witten in
Andrews, and
2010?
Jason Witten. No Kittle. I'm sorry, Eric.
Oh, yeah. Mark
2010.
Andrews last year. You know?
Oh, Jesus Christ. Yeah, that's tough. I don't know if I would have. You know, it's funny because Jason Witten was like my staple tight end for like 4 or 5 years in fantasy. I wouldn't.
He's
I
good.
wouldn't
He was
even
always
draft Jason Witten.
guaranteed like top 10 tight end, but then 2010 obviously went off.
Yeah. I'm not mad at that one. I'm not mad.
Andrews was the key to unlocking this one, I think. Know what I mean? Like Kelsey and
Yeah.
Gronk, we all know those
Kelsey
names.
and Gronk,
If
yeah.
you remembered that Andrews was the tight end one from this season, then like
Yeah.
that was
So-
unlocking.
That was the kicker. I knew it wasn't Waller. I wanted to say Waller. I'm like, nah, I know he wasn't
Not the one. Yeah.
Yeah.
For me, it was the other. It was I knew Andrews and I knew Kelsey. Kelsey's the easy one. And then Gronk. It took me a second because Jay came up with this question, so I answered it.
Good question, Jay. Thank you.
I knew Graham just from writing trivia previously. I did not know Jason Witten.
I
Tricky 200.
would not have got Jason Witten.
No, me neither. Those two to me were like impossible. All right, Josh, we're back to you. What question and value would you like, or what category and question value would you
Give me my journey, my story for 400. I'm gonna just preemptively get out of the chat. On this
Okay,
one.
all right. 2015 to 2016, San Francisco. 2017 to 2018, Seattle. 2019, Chicago and Carolina. And then 2020, Carolina, and 2021, Atlanta.
Oh,
Which player is this?
2021 Atlanta. So it was someone.
I think I know.
I
but I'm
think
not
I know.
positive.
If he doesn't get it,
Atlanta.
it should pass over. We should-
Steal.
Well,
Atlanta, Carolina.
I
I am not. Oh, I know what it is. I know what it is now. He was very disappointing last season. He was drafted pretty high. He came in. A lot of people thought he was going to be
What is this
productive.
reveal?
He filled this place for someone in Carolina last year. He filled that pretty
DK
well.
Metcalf.
No,
it's Mike Davis.
Mike Davis is absolutely
Yeah, okay.
correct.
It took me a
Josh.
second. I'm
Carolina-
glad I got out of the chat.
Atlanta was the one that gave it away for me.
I'm assuming a bunch of people got it right.
Yeah,
Yeah,
the Carolina one.
Yeah. CPAT. I thought CPAT at first. That was like the first name that came to mind. I was like,
I almost included him. I almost did him instead of Davis or additional, and I was like, one or the other.
took me a minute on that one.
You should have put in some defenders, really spicing it up.
Yeah, it really made it tough. All right, Josh, that's going to give you 400 and a nice lead here, and you get to pick Simon's next category. Where are you sending him?
I just want to pick my own.
Simon, you know what? Grab bag.
Grab bag.
Yes!
Yeah.
400.
400. I'm going to
he's not
speed this up
messing
a
around.
little bit because we got a lot of questions left, and I want to get to
Yeah.
a lot of them. How many sides does a tridecagon have?
13.
What?
13 is absolutely right.
Eric, you didn't know?
You didn't know that?
Because
No,
I didn't know either. Just
I
I think there's so many things throwing me here. Maybe I didn't know what to expect from the top.
Well, there's try, and then
deck.
Deck means 10.
Yeah.
Maybe 10. Okay.
And then
It's
how
just-
fast he answered the question.
Yeah, that's what confused me. How fast he answered it.
Exactly.
Well done, Simon. I
Just
figured
thinking
you'd do well with that one.
Kick me out of
Where
that.
are you sending Eric?
Eric, let's go to simply the best.
Simply the best. What question value would you like, Eric?
All right. I mean, give me 400. I can't. Stay here
He's
down
not
in
messing around.
the wallows.
All right, 400. Here is your question, Jeff said. I love how serious Simon got. And then Mark, mind blown.
Yeah, for real.
Kason, huh? I like that. All right, 400. Simply the best. Eric, here's your question. How many times has Aaron Rodgers finished as the overall QB1? 1,
Jesus
2, 3, 4, or 5
Jeez.
times?
I'm gonna go with. I know he's got 2 MVPs. I know that's not nowhere near a barometer to make a decision like this.
Yeah, no. Yeah,
So,
no,
I'm-
it would be a guess for me, pretty much here.
I wanna.
I know what I would say.
But I want to say 2, but I feel like I'm missing one. But I'm gonna go 2 because I don't.
That's exactly what I would have said.
Yeah,
that's what I would have said as well.
Too.
Final answer?
Final answer.
The answer is 4.
What?
4.
I knew he's been playing football for too long and too high a level.
Yeah, like
And
1,000
no
years.
way in 2009. I wasn't tracking QB1.
He hasn't done it for like 6 years.
Not a
but-
single person guessed 4.
Yeah, most of them were on 2, like you, a couple 1s and a couple 3s,
And
then
112.
yeah, Kason said
Part
12.
is, I can pull up like my old Yahoo teams, and I'm pretty sure Aaron Rodgers is on one of those teams back in 09, 08.
Yeah. All right, Josh, we're back to you.
Give me Never Have I Ever for 300.
I'm getting smoked.
300, correct?
Yeah.
All right, here's your question, Josh. Never have I ever finished a season on an NFL team with a positive season record. DK Metcalf, Cortland Sutton, or Baker Mayfield?
It's got to be Cortland Sutton, right? Baker Mayfield has, DK Metcalf has, Cortland Sutton.
Cortland Sutton's absolutely correct. The last time the Broncos were positive was in 2016 when they were 9
Nice
and
job,
7.
Josh.
Well done, Josh.
So
got
Kason
it.
said, hey, I didn't mean to say 12. meant to say 2, I'm guessing.
The chat knew this one too. Sutton, lots of Suttons in the chat. Well done, Josh. Where you
Thank
send
you.
Simon?
Eric. Oh, Simon. Oh, yeah, it's Simon. Simon, grab bag.
Grab
Okay.
bag.
You know what? 500. Let's try it.
5 hundo. Here you go. Here's your question, Simon. Select the following term that is not a real dog breed. Affenpinscher, Belgian Tervuren, Austrian Pinscher, Anglo-Francais de Petite, Swedish Saint Gerard, or Australian Shepherd.
I like that you made this and made yourself pronounce all this.
Yeah. Halfway through, I was questioning it. What do you think, Simon? And
I
out of
know a
chat.
couple of them. I am out of the chat. I'm over here. I can type so you even know I'm over there. I accidentally said over her, but that's also true.
I think we'll allow that.
There's a couple in between. I feel like I know that Affenpinscher is real. I know the Australian Shepherd's real. And man, this is just me underestimating you. I don't think you came up with Anglo-Francois de Petit. Like I just, if you
Could you
came up with that,
imagine?
if you came up with that, kudos, JL. So I'm between the Swedish Saint Gerard, the Austrian Pinscher, and the Belgian Tervuren. And I think I'm going to go with the Austrian Pinscher. I think that one is like normal enough that it's trying to sneak through there. And that's the one I'm going to go with.
Final answer?
Final answer.
By the way.
I think it would be hilarious if it was just Australian Shepherd. Was
I think it's either that Austin Pitcher or Australian Shepherd.
All right. Well, we got lots of guesses in the chat, and they're all over the place. The answer is Swedish Saint Gerard.
No!
that looks like the most
You were
common
close.
answer in the chat. Was the
You were
Swedish
close.
Saint
Yeah,
Gerard.
I got down to the right couple, but didn't pull it out.
I had fun coming up with this one. I was just like, what's like a reasonable enough sounding
Anglo France.
Anglo France.
The other day,
If
Francois
that was the
Petit.
fake one, I swear to God.
I was walking my dog, and there was a Saint Bernard, like a full grown. I'm talking like 200 plus pound Saint Bernard just
Saint
running
Gerard.
just running around the neighborhood.
St. Gerard's so dumb now. I'm thinking about it.
We made it up.
so
It came from my brain. I don't even know if Gerard is a real
St.
name.
Gerard.
I should have saw
It's
right
so
through that.
stupid.
Yeah.
It's so stupid. Oh, Alvin pitcher. I'm
Jill,
sorry, Simon.
It was like stupid enough that I assumed it had to be real. Know what I mean? I was like, no, you wouldn't put that in there.
Dave said Anglo is an elite name. And then Mark said this is the most grab bag question ever.
Yeah.
It really was. All right. Eric, we're back to you. You get to pick your category and your
Let's
question
go.
value.
Let's go. Never have I ever for 500, man.
Oh, he's not messing around. Oh, he's not messing around. Oh, no.
All right. Here is your question. Never have I ever won a playoff game. DK Metcalf, Marvin Jones, Baker Mayfield, or Corey Davis.
Ooh, that's tough. I'm between two.
I'm between two too.
I know 100% who I would go with.
I'm gonna go. Wait a minute. It has to be this one,
Right?
But what if it's that one?
Worth nowhere. But the other guy has a historical bum too, but like better. But a good team. Never have I won a playoff game. I'm gonna be sick if it's this one. I'm gonna go Marvin Jones.
Final
It's gotta
answer?
be. It's gotta be, Eric. It's gotta be.
I was between
It's either
Marvin
him or Corey
DK.
Davis. It's either him or Corey, but I'm going Marvin Jones.
It's gotta be, right?
And Simon, you said you thought it was DK?
I was between him and DK. I think I would have gone DK.
Yeah, it could be
Well.
DK too because it's like this game is obviously out.
When did Marvin win a game? When?
Well, the real answer is
He's been around a long time, though.
If it's DK, I'm turning my game. Let's go,
Marvin Jones. Let's go. Marvin.
It was like he's been with the
Jones.
Lions the last like
I'm
however
like,
many
never won
years.
anything ever. Like
Brady and Britt were with me.
I think
they were
DK
on
has
the
won
DK side
one
there.
game, one single playoff game. I think they won last season, I believe.
I couldn't remember
And
one.
Davis
so-
was with the Titans, right? When he won one.
Yeah.
Yes,
believe
yes,
so.
yes.
Yeah.
They won one. They beat the Ravens a
Right.
couple years ago.
But Marvin
I know
Jones.
I know Baker won one because Skip likes to remind us every day.
Yep. Baker did. Yep. Baker.
I think Justin
Baker
made a
absolutely
great
did win.
point. Marvin Jones, top tier talent, wasted on trash franchises.
He's very good.
More or less,
He's
yeah.
a very good player.
Maybe not top tier, but like a top 30 receiver. For
Wide
sure
receiver
throughout his
too,
career.
yeah.
Like,
A
yeah, wide receiver
legendary
two.
wide receiver 3. He's
Yeah,
an
yeah,
but he's a legendary wide receiver 3.
Yeah. Wide receiver 2
Championship.
talent. Wide receiver
Championship
3.
to wide receiver 3, guaranteed.
Yeah.
And then lots
And
reminders
the
from
Bengals
David
were
Albert.
bad when they had Marvin Jones for
They
that
had like
4
a
years or so, yeah.
historic playoff drought that Marvin
Yeah.
Jones' career intersected with.
Yep.
Nice pull, Eric.
Thank you.
Nice job, Eric. That's going to give you 500. And you're absolutely still in this game. And you get to pick Josh's next category. Where are you sending Josh?
Ooh, I'm gonna send Josh into the. Should I send him into peril or let's do grab bag? That way we can keep your
Okay.
points limited.
All
Yeah,
right.
give me grab bag for 200.
200. All right, here's your question. How much did The Matrix make at the box office? 173 million, 324 million, or 516 million?
Remember
I feel like
that-
it's got to be over 173. I feel like 516 is a little too much. I'll go with the middle one there, 324. Easy.
Final answer?
make sure you adjust for inflation.
Sorry, it's 173 million.
I didn't adjust for inflation, Eric.
Inflation. Classic.
I forgot.
No one in
Yeah.
the chat got it either.
No one in the chat,
324,
no.
516,
324 was way too
31.
much back then.
That's my second favorite movie,
now.
by the way. The Matrix is my
Matrix?
second favorite
Second
movie
favorite?
of all time.
Elite movie, legendary movie.
The first Matrix.
First one,
No.
first one.
The next two are good. If you like the first one, watch all the others, but the first one's the best.
Yeah, the second two are just to keep you enjoying the experience a little longer.
Exactly.
The first one
Exactly.
counts.
All right. Simon, moving on to you, and you get to pick your own category here. Try and rush through at least.
You know what?
another
Let's go. My journey, my story, 500.
My journey, my story,
Ooh.
500.
These
There it
ones are
is.
fun.
2010 and 2014, New Orleans. 2015 to 2017, Seattle. 2018 to 2019, Green Bay. 2020 to 2021, Chicago. And out of the chat if you are not already, Simon.
Okay, let me get out.
I don't even remember the answer to this one.
I think I know this one. I think it is The paternal figure himself, Jimmy Grandpa.
Final answer?
Final answer.
Yeah, that's a good answer.
It is.
Jimmy Turner.
The ones that end like in this year, know what I mean? It makes it so much easier for me to create a place to start thinking about it. Like if it's from the past year.
Yeah. Makes sense. All right. You get to pick Eric's next category in the chat. They knew it. Except for Brady. He said Sandra Bullock.
Same thing.
Same thing.
Eric, what do you want, Eric?
It don't matter to me.
Okay, let's go simply the best. You can pick whether you want all the marbles or some of the marbles.
Every marble, please.
Give him the marbles.
500.
Jay put this together. You sure, Eric?
Simply the best. 500. Here it is. Which two of the following running backs have ever finished the season as the overall running back one in fantasy PPR? Alvin Kamara, Derrick Henry, Devonta Freeman, Ezekiel Elliott, or Marshawn Lynch?
Who finished as the RB1?
Yes. So two of these running backs have finished a season as the overall RB1 in PPR. Which two of them have?
Well, I'm definitely gonna go Derrick Henry as one of them. Like, I feel like that had to have happened. Otherwise, I don't know what we're talking about here. The other one, I feel like Devontae is like one of those tricky answers. I know he had a really great season, but he is never number one. Zeke, Marshawn. I'm going to go Alvin Kamara and Derrick Henry.
Final answer?
All right. Josh, please.
Put your face away. Put your face away.
For me. Tuck your face.
All right. So what's your final answer, Eric?
Shit. This is had finished, as in they finished number one. He was number one.
Which
right?
two?
He was number one.
Thank you.
Alvin, Morgan, Jaegerman, Jensen.
Alvin and Derrick Henry, final answer.
Alvin and Derrick Henry, final answer.
I think Freeman's in there.
The actual answer is
2015, I think, for Freeman.
Alvin Kamara and Devonta Freeman.
Yeah.
I would have went Henry and Freeman, though. I actually would have gotten this wrong. I went
Henry
confident it was Henry and Freeman.
Oh, actually, never mind.
There's no doubt in my mind I would have went Henry and Freeman. I thought Henry finished number one last year. Who was it last year?
I'm calling
it was Alvin Kamara.
After this, JL. I hope you're on point.
Alvin Kamara had that crazy 6-touchdown game.
Yes. Yep.
That set him ahead of Henry. Okay.
He had a great season.
Okay. Yeah.
All right. So we're moving on to you, Josh. We're going to rush through these next two before Final Jeopardy. Josh gets picked the category and your question value.
And Mr. Scampers.
Nice job.
And Tammy.
Well done.
Yeah.
I think the Freeman one came up in a previous show of ours too. I was worried that.
All right. Give me grab bag for 300. I haven't done a grab bag one yet.
All right. Grab bag 300. Here's your question. Which country has the larger population? Brazil, Italy, Mexico, or Spain?
It's either Brazil or Mexico. I'll go. Brazil is a lot bigger, but I'll go with Mexico.
Final answer?
Yeah.
It's Brazil. 213 million.
You broke it down, right?
You did.
I would have gone with I would have gone with Mexico as well, Josh.
Yep. And the chat got it. Let's see. Come Here Now said Brazil, Mexico, Italy, Spain. You nailed it. Nailed the order.
Nice job, Come Here Now.
Wow.
J Wall said Mexico. What a ding dong. All right. We are Albert too, but Albert's smart. It's the difference. All right. We are moving on. Simon, you get to pick this one.
Let's go. I'm going to go grab bag 100. I want to see the last grab bag question.
Grab bag 100. Here's your question. Who said the following quote? That which does not kill us makes us stronger. Was that Ye, Daft Punk, Friedrich Nietzsche, or Thomas Jefferson?
Yay.
Final answer?
Yeah.
No, it was Nietzsche.
Frederick.
I didn't know that.
Friedrich. I don't know.
I had no idea who said that, so I tried to read you and what you would want the answer to be.
Stronger. He has a twist on that.
Yeah. And Daft Punk too. They both. That was the tricky part.
Harder, better, faster, stronger.
Yeah. All right. We are heading into Final Jeopardy. Contestants, do you have a piece of paper or something to write with?
Quick reveal of the remaining questions.
Okay, NFL teams. Which NFL team ran more plays in 2021? Chiefs or Falcons?
Chiefs.
Chiefs, absolutely. Which NFL team had the most rushing touchdowns in 2021? Bills, Browns, Colts, or Eagles?
Most rushing touchdowns?
Colts.
Colts.
Eagles.
It might be Eagles, but I'll go Colts.
I'm gonna go Eagles.
You got to guess, Eric?
Go Browns.
It's the Eagles, 25.
Yeah.
25. Simply the best. True or false? Antonio Brown finished as the overall wide receiver 1 in 2014, 15, and 16.
True.
It is true. That is true.
Damn.
And then the last, never have I ever finished in the top 5 in my position in PPR fantasy. Matt Ryan, Jameis Winston, Carson Wentz, or Kyler
Carson
Murray.
Wentz.
Carson Wentz.
Eric, you got a guess?
Carson Wentz.
Carson Wentz is absolutely right.
Suck it, Carson.
Absolutely right. All right, guys.
You're not even in that playoff run that season. That's
Nope.
crazy.
He got hurt. He got hurt. So he missed a couple games, like 1 or 2. He didn't miss that many games. You would still think he'd be top 5, but
He was an MVP candidate that year.
yeah, he was.
Okay, give me 1 second.
Mhm.
Simon, if you could stall.
Yeah,
I accidentally
absolutely.
Messed up the banner here real quick. So.
My favorite is in the chat with those rapid fire questions. Just all the answers are mixed together.
Mhm.
Yeah, there's no time for it.
And Jay in here. See, I was so close to being right on that question. You put the lyrics in there perfectly right there. Man, I was just looking in to see if I was alone in getting that one wrong. No, Kaysen got that one with me. Sorry, excuse me on that one. We can go ahead and pull this down if we know how much money we have. Eric, you've got 800. Josh has 1,300. I have 1,500. Zale, do you have a category you can give us
so
while you're
the
doing
category is NFL team stats. And so if you guys want to write down how much you want to wager in this category, take a moment here. Eric, you got 1,800. Josh, 1,300. Simon, 1,500.
Wait, so you write down how much we're wagering?
Write down
Yeah.
how much you want to wager. Yep.
2,600.
All right, contestants, you got your wager amount?
I do.
Yeah.
Okay, 1 second. All right.
And I'm going to get out of the comments now.
All right,
Just for Final
so
Jeopardy.
we got why don't you guys reveal how much you're going to wager?
I'm all in.
$20,000.
All right, Eric, you're all in. Josh, you're
and I are
all
all
in,
in.
and Simon, you're the only one who's not all in.
Yeah,
1101.
'cause I'm a wimp.
Yeah, you are.
Josh, 1,300. All right, here is your question. Here's your question for you in Final Jeopardy. Oh, I messed it up again. I think. Hold on.
We write our answers down too.
Yep.
Yeah. Okay, now it's good. All right, which NFL team had more wins in 2021? New England, Indianapolis, New Orleans, or the Chargers? LA Chargers. So write down your answer. Which NFL team had more wins in 2021?
I guess.
Is this a trick?
Simon, you had 1,500 minus 1,101.
Why are you assuming the minus?
Have to do
I'm just
both. I'm doing your little trick.
Yeah, if you figure out what it would be either way beforehand, then you know who won right away.
2601.
I have my answer, but this question is making me question everything about this past season more than
Everything I ever
I
did
probably
football.
should.
All right, you guys ready?
Born
No, but I'll show it.
All right, contestants, go ahead and reveal. Simon said Patriots. Eric says Colts, and Josh says Patriots. And two Patriots. All right, and the actual answer. We got some guesses here in the chat. We got some New England, lots of New England. We got Chargers. We got
I lost.
yeah, and then a lot of New England, basically. All right, well, the actual answer is New England. It is New England. They had 10. The other teams had 9. They did. So, Simon, you won 2601. You won by 1 point. $1, 1 point,
Yeah,
whatever.
I mean, like the Chargers didn't make the playoffs here. The Saints, the
The
Colts.
Chargers was the trick for me because I thought like maybe in their division, even though they didn't make the playoffs, that they had more. Like I was sitting there going back and forth between those two guys and was like, I'm just gonna go with the Patriots, the team that was in the playoffs.
Still losing streak. That's kind of why I remember. I was like, I remember losing money betting on them a few times. Like, what are y'all doing? You're supposed to be good.
The chat absolutely killed it today. They did so well. I think they win.
And Dave, thank you for always believing in me. My sole vote, me and Dave, he could feel it, and I pulled it out. That was for you, Dave. That win was in honor of Toronto,
Pulled
Dave.
it out for you.
And Tamian just wanted to let us know I probably voted Josh.
You made a mistake.
But
But
Eric, thank you so much for taking the time to come on the show with us today. It is always a pleasure streaming with you, my man. I appreciate you taking the time.
Appreciate you guys for having me. I always love being on the show. You guys are great. I'm always down to join.
Absolutely.
And guys, if you're not already following Eric on Twitter, go and do that right now. He's on Twitter at YourFFCoach. And I'm sure this is not the last time you'll see him over here, as long as he keeps putting up with us. But truly, always a pleasure having you on. Justin and everybody else who watched, thank you so much for tuning in. Justin, glad you were able to tune in for the first time today.
In the waist.
He said, big fan of my new favorite small in the waist fantasy creator sub.
That's right.
It,
That's right.
You know the way to our house, our hearts. Just compliment our physique and suddenly our favorite right there. Our physique. Guys, that is going to be it for us this afternoon. We will be back tomorrow at 3 p.m. Eastern time for some more fantasy football game show fun every day, Monday through Friday at 3 p.m. Until then, though, we are out of here. Adios, everyone.
Trading means fantasy fun. Let's
go.
Oh, I can't.
Hurry, JL! Ah!